Good morning, namaste. Welcome to our first class as part of Jen's Community Yoga. I am going to do a course of yoga classes based on the chakras. So the first class this week will be on the Muladhara, which is the first chakra at the root of the spine around the perineum area. So when we balance this area, it helps us to feel balanced and safe, secure and grounded. Helps to give us a sense of purpose and belonging to the human tribe, and helps us to feel connected with planet Earth. So I felt that was particularly fitting at the moment. So we will have the flow centered around yoga poses and breathing techniques and bandhas, so a root lock to help balance this particular chakra. So you can visualize the color red throughout the practice when you're working on this area, and breathe in and out of that area. The element is earth, so we want to be nice and earthed into the ground, so getting out and connecting with earth as much as you can at the moment, even though we're under a lot of restrictions of what we can do. We can at least get into the garden or get out into the forest and have some connection with earth and with nature. So let's start our practice. Gather your props and have all your things ready. Finding a comfortable seat. Use a cushion under your sit bones to help you elevate through the spine, so there's no rounding in your lower back. You're sitting nice and tall. The hands cup the knees, and we close down the eyes. Just breathing here for a moment as you center yourself. Pulling back on the knees, inhale, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, tone the belly, round the spine, the chin comes to chest as you curl in. And we inhale, the heart sweeps forward and up, lifting through the breastbone. And then exhale, your navel draws in, you're rounding through the spine and your chin comes in. One more as we inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale to a neutral spine. Feel the shoulders relax down and spin your palms to face up. Find the chin mudra and inhale through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold at the heart. And exhale, reverse the flow. So you relax through the chest, the ribs, and the navel draws in, your yogic wave breath. Finding the Ujjayi breath as you inhale, that gentle constriction in the base of the throat. Hold at the heart. And exhale fully as the navel draws in, that whispering ocean sound in the throat. Let's do one more deep Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath. Hold. And slowly let the breath flow out softly. Now we'll inhale. Bring the arms all the way around in a big circle, the palms touch. And then we'll exhale down the center line, all the way into the heart. Holding the hands here in your Anjali Mudra at the heart, breathe here. And let's all bring our intention to our practice right now. So we're closing off to the outer world and what's going on around us. We're tuning in to our inner self and dedicating this practice to ourselves and to our loved ones. And we'll set the intention to balance and awaken our Muladhara chakra, the root of the spine. Just visualizing like an orb of red glowing energy at this center. Asking it to awaken through your practice. Atta Yoga Nusasana, with infinite love and the greatest respect, we now come to this sacred practice of yoga. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale the hands straight up the midline. As you exhale, open your eyes and interlock your fingers. And then inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. And now exhale, big circle as you trace around and interlock behind your back. And then we inhale, reach back, knuckles towards the back wall, open the heart. And then we exhale, tone the belly, palms come out in front, and we'll float the palms back in. This is our circle of joy as we warm up the shoulders. Interlace the hands, inhale, spread the elbows. Exhale, tone the belly, palm press forward, round the back body. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, that big circle around, interlocking the other way behind your back. And then we inhale, reach back. As you exhale, your hands release, the palms come together, and the thumbs float back in. Let's do one more. Interlacing at the heart. Inhale, spread your elbows. Exhale, navel in, palm press forward, round your back body. And then we inhale, rock onto your sit bones as you lengthen high. Let's exhale and hold it. And now inhale, visualize that red energy at your pelvic center, lifting up through the spine to your palms as you breathe and hold. You can lift the pelvic floor, so this pelvic floor squeeze helps to awaken that Muladhara. So let's lift up the energy, feel it rise. And now we exhale, release around, interlock behind the back. And then we inhale, reach back, opening the chest, the heart. Hold for a few breaths here, and again, engage the Mula Bandha. So I'll be advising you to engage that bandha frequently throughout our practice today. So it's just a gentle squeeze of the pelvic floor. Release the bandha and exhale. Slowly bring the palms around and thumbs float back in. We'll inhale, arms out to a T. And then exhale all the way back into the heart. Interlace again, inhale, spread the elbows. Exhale, palm press down, look down. And then inhale, look up as you reach high. And now exhale, just your left hand down to the earth. Inhale, reach up with the right, turn your palm over and slowly come into your side bend. Ground down into the earth. And then inhale, tone your belly to rise up. And then we'll exhale straight over to the other side, so we flow side to side now. Inhaling as we rise. Exhale as we flow over. So you can find your own rhythm, your own pace with your breath as we do one more each side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, rise. And we'll exhale back to the first side. This time we'll hold it. So we'll cup the head and inhale as we lift up through the elbow. And we'll exhale, really ground into the earth. So we're getting earthed here. Feeling that connection through the sit bones and the left hand. If you want to go deeper, you can bend your left elbow. Keep open through the heart though, so don't collapse through the heart. If you need to come up a bit higher, keep open, please do. We're warming up the spine, the side body, the ribs, the waist. We'll exhale, tone the belly and sweep the right arm down in front of the face, stretch out to a T. And we'll exhale the other hand down now. So right hand down, inhale, lift up the left, turn the palm over, and exhale into your side bend here. Holding this side, cupping the head. Inhale, lift up through the top elbow, and exhale, ground down to the earth, through the palm, to the sit bones. You may wish to close your eyes here as you breathe into this left side. Get that little option to go deeper if you're ready. But listen to your body. So my flow is a guide for you to explore your body, but don't force it upon your body. If anything doesn't feel good for you today, please just leave it out and just back off. Let's draw the navel in, exhale, the left arm sweeps down, we inhale out to our T, spread from fingertips to fingertips, and then exhale, palms come together, thumbs float all the way back in. Inhale out to your T. And exhale, bring your hands to your knees and step the soles of the feet out in front. So we've got an opening through the pelvis here, so a wonderful way to start igniting some energy through this root chakra. We draw back on the knees, inhale, lift up through the breastbone. Draw your navel in and fold from the hip crease. So you keep a long spine, you start to fold forward. Sliding the hands down towards the feet.
As you reach that resisting edge, you can relax through the neck and the head. Tone the belly and inhale, we'll rise up again, so we're flowing. And then we exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, tone the belly, rise up to back to knees. And this time we'll exhale and fold fully into the pose. So find that place where you can stay for a few breaths. So if you need to be a bit higher than me, that's fine. As we release forward, we find a comfortable place for our hands, either the shins, the ankles or the toes, and interlace if you can reach the toes, and let your elbows come on the outsides. And then you can fully fold forward. Now as we hold and breathe here, close down the eyes. You can use that Ujjayi breathing if you know it. If you're new to yoga, then that's fine. Just use your normal breath and the Ujjayi will start to happen as you continue with your practice. Continuing to fold forward. Now close the eyes and tune into the Muladhara. You can enjoy that red, earthy glow, expanding with each breath. Through the base of your spine, through the perineum, the pelvis. That warming energy helping you to feel safe to open through here. Tone the belly, inhale, start to lift up now with the chest, walking your hands back up, the legs, coming back to the knees, and we'll exhale, draw the knees in together. Now take the feet out wide so that you can come into a nice wide squat. You can move your prop out of the way and lift up so that you come onto your feet. Your feet are wide and you might need to slide something like the prop you're sitting on, maybe under your heels if the heels don't touch the earth. If they do touch the earth, then you can take all your props out of the way. Bring your elbows to the insides of your thighs and the hands at the heart. Now some of you might not be able to do this at all, which is fine. So if you need to come up and do a high squat like this because your knees don't allow you to be in a full squat, then that's perfect variation to try. We'll all breathe with the Ujjayi breath and lift through the chest, and you can feel this opening through the root chakra here. Exhale, bring the hands down in front and inhale as you step your left leg back and exhale as you step your right leg back. So you're coming into your table position. Check in with your knees here. Depending on what you're on at home, you might need to take your blanket across your mat now so that you can support your knees. The hands come under shoulders, knees hip width, front cat-cows. Inhale, lift through the heart, sit bones move back and away. And then exhale, tone the belly around the spine, chin comes to chest. Inhale, sweeping the heart forward and up, sit bones move back and up. And then we exhale, coming in, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, let's sweep the heart through. And exhale, with the toes still tucked, come back into your extended child. So you might only be able to come back a little way. If you need to put a prop between your thighs and calves, you can, like a cushion. Otherwise, you come all the way down, and then your forehead finds a place to rest. So it could be on your forearms, it could be on a block, or you may be able to come all the way to the earth. It's important to have the forehead resting. Now press into the hands more so you can stretch through your feet. And then pull back on the mat with your hands so you can stretch more through your spine. Tone the belly, inhale, rise back up to your table pose. And now exhale, keep the toes tucked, and we'll come up into first easy dog. So we'll bring the knees up and take the sit bones back and keep the heels up. And here we find the easy dog pose with the knees bent. First of all, lengthening the spine. So truly let go through your neck and head. A few releases through the neck. And now inhale, lift your heels. And exhale, your right heel down, heel press. Inhale up. And then exhale, left heel down. Inhale up. Exhale, first side. Inhale. left side. Let's alternate a few more times with your own breath. Feeling there's a stretch coming into the calf, into the feet, the Achilles, the hamstrings. Now we pause and inhale, lift both heels. And exhale, lower the knees back to the mat. And inhale straight into cow as you sweep the chest forward and up. And exhale, back into cat. Arch the spine, strongly press into the knees and the hands. And inhale to neutral. Come on to finger pads and exhale, step your right foot forward. Walking your hands to your front thigh. Inhale, rise into your low lunge as you exhale. Come down. Inhale, come up. And as you exhale, come down. Just check your knee doesn't pass the plane of your ankle. And then slowly lift through the chest. So some of you might need to stay with this option with the hands staying on the thigh. This is still getting a perfect stretch in the left front hip flexor. If you're ready to come further, you can inhale your arms around, coming up into Temple Mudra. And then we'll exhale, bring the arms back to the earth. Inhale and exhale, can you take your right leg towards straight so you come back into a half pyramid. Inhale back to lunge. And then exhale, right hip moves back and we fold deep into the pose now as we relax forward. Release the neck and head. If you're more flexible, you may be able to roll onto your heel and pick up your toes. The leg doesn't have to be straight, we're just encouraging it towards straight. And we inhale back to lunge. As you exhale, lift up the back knee. And then inhale, step back to plank, and then exhale, lower your knees down. Now we'll take the knees wide. Untuck your toes. Find an open child. So the knees are wide apart, and you come down. Another wonderful opening through the Muladhara. Let's come down gracefully to the earth. Take 3 deep breaths in to the back of your heart here. Now we inhale, rise back up. And we exhale, bring the knees back to about hip width. Come on to finger pads and inhale, step the left leg forward. Let's walk the hands to the front thigh. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, one more. And exhale, we come down. We find that beautiful stretch on this other side. And again, option to stay here and just lift through the heart. Or if you're ready, inhale the arms around Temple Mudra. So Temple Mudra is where we interlace the fingers and point through the forefingers. You've got like a pistol shape. Exhale the hands around, bring them back to the feet, the floor. Tuck the back toes and inhale and exhale, the left hip moves back to your half pyramid. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, half pyramid. Inhale to your lunge. And as we exhale, we move back, we fold forward, we relax into the pose, release the neck and head and breathe. Never hold your breath in yoga. The muscles need oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen. As you inhale, back to lunge. Now tuck the back toes and as you exhale, lift up the back knee and then you retract back and spring forward. And then you inhale to your flat back position. So you've got a nice long spine and your hands are somewhere on your shins so that enables your flat back. As you breathe here, you lift through kneecaps and work the quads. Turn the inner elbows more forward and lift through the chest. Take an inhale and exhale, bend the knees, slide the hands to the earth or feet and fold forward into your first forward bend. So as you breathe here, your knees can bend a little bit more, especially on this first one. Now we're going to roll up, slowly, mindfully, with our breath. So you can take as many breaths as you like to come up. Your belly is drawing in, you can use your hands on your thighs if you need that support. Slowly rising. As you exhale, you roll your shoulders back and down, your palms turn to face forward, and you're holding your Tadasana pose. Lifting through the crown and grounding through the earth as the feet connect. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Surya Namaskar, salutations to the beautiful sun that gives us life and energy, and to the inner sun within us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And open the eyes and inhale the arms out wide. Spread from fingers to fingers. Bend the knees, tone your navel, and exhale, fold forward. So it's a swan dive all the way to the earth. Inhale, shoot your right leg back, and exhale, lower your back knee down. Finding that lunge like before, you can walk your hands to your front thigh or find temple mudra and inhale, come straight up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, press into the feet and lift the heart. And then exhale the hands all the way down and around. Tone the belly, lift up the back knee and inhale, step back to plank. Now exhale, lower just the knees down. And now see if you can take your whole body down in one unit, all the way to the earth. If you did use something for your knees and it was a blanket, then shift the blanket up so it's under your pelvis. If it was a cushion, you might need to move it away. We'll find Sphinx pose. So on the elbows, and I'm going to turn side on so you can see me better. So we're on our elbows and our legs are pressing back. Inhale, ground down through the pelvis and exhale. So again, visualize that red earth energy at the root of your perineum. And inhale, lift through the heart as you come up. Exhale, draw back on the elbows more. So you're really drawing the heart forward between your hands. And then as you continue to breathe, keep activating the legs so they're pressing down into the earth. Close the eyes and imagine that red earth glow emanating up your spine, out through the crown. Perhaps you can even lift Muladhara. See how that feels. Now exhale, fold forward, all the way back down to the earth. And bring your arms back beside you for a locust pose. We inhale, lift the legs, the arms, the chest, the head. Exhale, spread through fingers and toes. Inhale, lift a bit higher. Exhale, one more breath if you can. And now exhale, slowly come down. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes. Inhale with the tone belly up to your table. And then we'll exhale, move the hips back, come into our child pose. You can have toes tucked or flat, you choose now. Breathe here, have a little bit of a rock and a sway. Back to stillness, inhale, rise up to table. And then exhale, lift your knees back to dog. So if you're ever struggling to hold your dog pose, bring your knees down and come back into the extended child. Or you could try coming onto your elbows and just lifting up into your dolphin from here. In the dog pose, we lift the heels and strengthen the quads and see if the legs can be comfortably straight. And if they are, then we can exhale and descend the heels towards the mat. Continue to breathe. Make sure you release through your head and your neck. Maybe you can do some yes, no's with your neck. And you press more into the space between your thumbs and your forefingers. And then allow your outer armpits to roll down towards the mat. So you're creating some space. Inhale, lift the heels. And exhale, lower back down. Let's inhale now and step the right foot forward. Exhale, you can walk your hands to your front thigh or inhale straight up. Exhale here. Inhale, lifting through the heart. And we'll exhale that big circle all the way around. Framing the front foot. Tucking the back toes. Retract back. Spring forward. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale to a forward fold. Releasing fully into your pose. If you're feeling warmer and you'd like like to take your legs a bit straighter, you can take that into your body now, just see how it feels. If you have lower back issues, then it might be better just to keep your knees bent, supporting that back more. Let's gracefully start to roll up with a strong belly. Inhaling and exhaling as we reach the top. As we exhale, we roll the shoulders down, palms turn towards the front, and return to Tadasana as we conclude the sun salutation. Just close down the eyes and notice the warmth, the energy building within you. I highly recommend practicing at least one sun salutation per day. It really ignites that spark within you, warms and lubricates all the joints in the body, tones and stretches all the muscles in the body. We'll open the eyes again and bring the palms back together at the heart. As you breathe here, bring your feet and your thighs together. And then as you exhale, begin to send your hips back and bend your knees. So your weight comes over your heels and you lift through your chest. You're about to sit on a chair, but you don't. Inhale, and now exhale, continue to fold forward over the bent thighs. Let your belly rest on your thighs and fold forward. Now inhale as you begin to straighten the legs more. Now exhale, take the left leg back. Stay up in a high lunge. So your back heel is up. And then walk your hands to your front thigh. Slowly rise. Bring tone into your belly as you rise up so you're supported. Keep the front knee bent and inhale your hands to your hips. And as you exhale, just check that your hips are facing forward towards the front of your mat. Bend the back knee. And then inhale, if your lower back's okay, so you can straighten through the back leg. So your back leg gets straighter. Exhale here. Now continue to hold and breathe here. You can keep the hands on the hips if that's best for you. Otherwise, for more challenge, inhale the arms around. You can bring them to a V and turn the pinkies in and feel the expansion through your heart and your ribs. More advanced is to come to Temple Mudra, but only for experienced yogis. So please listen to the cues carefully and know which is right for you. Now engage the Mula Bandha and visualize that earth energy rising through the Mula Bandha to the crown. We'll exhale, bring the arms around. Slowly come back to the earth. Now we'll step the right leg back and lower the knees down. Untuck the toes, rest in child. Come back to heels. Forehead coming to rest on the earth or block or forearm. Inhale, start to come back up to table, and as you exhale, come back down to the earth, slowly, gracefully. Back onto your belly. Checking the blanket if you have one is in the right position. Keeping the hands under the rib, next to the ribs here. Lengthen and strengthen those legs. Plant the tops of the feet. And then we'll inhale, pull back on the mat and lift just the chest and the head. And then we'll exhale, flow down. So this is baby cobra. Inhale, come up. Exhale, option to hold. So you can float down if you need to. Or hold here. You can feel that connection with the Muladhara into the earth. If you're more advanced and you feel ready, perhaps you can come up higher, straightening the arm. As you use your breaths, keep you focused, energized. Let's exhale, pull back on the heels of the hands as we slowly fold down. And then turn your cheek to one side and let the arms rest beside you. You can just take a little rest. The heels can stay open and your Hips sway from side to side. And we'll bring the hands back under shoulders, tuck toes, tone belly. Inhale, rise to table. And then exhale, lift knees to dog. Inhale, lift the heels, take the feet wider now on the edges of your mat. And exhale, lower your heels towards the earth. Release the neck, the head, press into the hand. Enjoy the upside down pose. And we inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the knees down. And inhale as you step your left foot forward. Exhale, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. You're in your high lunge. You might need to shorten your stance to get steady here. Float your hands to your front thigh and inhale, come up with balance. Exhale, hands to hips, keep the front knee bent. Bend the back knee slightly and then inhale. Option to take it straight if your lower back's okay. Keep breathing, lift through the heart. Inhale, the arms around. As an option, if you have heart conditions, then it is recommended to keep the hands below the heart. So you would either have your arms out to a T or on your waist. Inhale, and now exhale with that strong belly. Slowly float your hands back to the earth. And now we'll square the feet, so we swivel the back heel down and parallel the left foot as well. And walk your hands around so you come into a nice wide-legged flat back. So your hands can be on a prop if you need something here, a block or a cushion. Work the quads, so you lift up through the kneecaps here and get strong. And then exhale, start to fold forward. As you come down, just notice if your knees are bending, make sure they're not buckling in. So you might need to turn your toes out and let the knees bend out to the side. If you are having bent knees, then it might be better actually to just stay in your flat back and work on getting these legs strong and straight. And then once you have the action, it's safer to fold forward. Let's all find that perfect position to surrender. So you can close down the eyes and visualize that opening through your Muladhara as the earth glow is expanding down the legs, through the spine, and through the crown. And we'll walk the hands under shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, walk the right heel in and the left heel in. Breathe here and then walk your hands one at a time to the thighs. Exhale, you're in goddess pose, another wonderful pose for this root chakra. You can feel that beautiful opening. Have a little rock and sway. Come back to stillness. And then we'll lower the hands back to the earth. Walk the hands around so you swivel back on that front foot. Retract back and spring forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Back into that flat back position, that forward fold position where you can fully surrender. Now bring the feet together and slowly bend the knees with your fingertips on the earth. Come into a squat. Some of you might need to stay up high in a high squat. If you can, come all the way down. Rest on your heels and see how that feels. If you can balance, bring your hands to the heart. If you need to keep your fingertips on the earth to help, you can. Or you can use your block under your shins. As a little bit of a rest. Gaze point on the floor can help you balance. Now we'll all bring the hands to the earth and slowly come onto our sit bones. Come back. And bring your arms and wrap them around your legs. Give your legs a nice hug. Then inhale, come up and bring your arms and hands and scoop them underneath your thighs. You're holding onto your thighs. Tying the belly, so you draw it in and start to rock back. Come up onto your heels and see if you can lift your feet. Breathe. Draw the navel in more. See if you can bring the calves horizontal with the earth. If you need to keep the feet down, you're still getting some time in the abs. Otherwise, challenge, bring them up. More challenging is to try and bring your arms out. So you're in the boat pose. Engage the Muladhara if you can. More advanced is to try and straighten the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower down. Give the legs another hug. Wrap around. Slowly come up. Bring your hands beside you and step your hips behind your heels and slowly come onto your spine now. Coming all the way onto the earth. Bring each knee in towards your chest and hug the knees in. Have a little sway side to side. And then lay the feet one at a time back to the earth. Bring the soles of the feet together and take fists with your hands and open out through the knees. So you're coming into a Baddha Konasana, opening through the pelvis. Close the eyes and breathe with your awareness and your attention at the root chakra. It's all around the base of the spine, the perineum, and the lower pelvis. Relax, let go, whatever you're holding on to here, and know that you're safe. Everything is exactly as it should be. Mother Earth is supporting you. The sky is supporting you. Bring the hands to the outer thighs and draw the knees together. And take the feet wide on the edges of your mat so the knees touch. And then your hands can rest on your belly, the lower belly. Breathe deep Ujjayi breaths here as you explore the breath in the belly, the ribs, chest. Exhale fully, navel draws in. And then we'll bring the arms out to a T. Inhale. And exhale, drop both knees over to the right. Come as far as is comfortable for you. Hold as your breath flows in and out. And then when you inhale, the knees come back up. And we'll exhale over to the other side. Breathing here. So inhale back to center. And exhale as you walk the feet in together. Bring the arms down beside you. And then step the heels out and the toes out. Check that your shins are about vertical. And your palms are flat on the floor, elbows nice and close into your body. Exhale as you plant the lower back down to the earth. And then inhale, roll towards your tailbone. Exhale, lower back plants down. Inhale towards tailbone. Exhale, lower back plants down. And inhale, let's lift the hips into bridge pose as we rise up. Exhale, can you hold? Breathe. Come up as far as you can. When you're ready to come down, you lift your heels and curl back down. But let's see if we can hold for 6 breaths. If you're more advanced, you might be able to interlock your fingers under your back. And then you roll onto one shoulder and the other and draw them in. Then you can inhale and lift even higher. Listen to your body. If you need to come down, please do. Option to lift the heels here if you need that space for your lower back. And the option to lift the toes and press into all 4 corners of the feet, especially strengthening for the knees and the thighs. Now we'll all inhale, lift the heels. Bring the arms out wide. And exhale, curl the spine, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back to the mat. Let's take each knee in one at a time. And have a gentle sway. So the knees are coming down the shoulders now, so they're more wide. Now bring the knees back together. Inhale, the knees come away from the face. And then as you exhale, you draw the knees into your body. And then inhale them around in a big circle and back together. Exhale as you draw the knees in. So it's like you're doing circles in opposite ways with your knees. Inhale as they go out and around, and exhale as you draw them in. Apanasana. Inhale. And now exhale, draw them back in, and bring your arms inside of your legs. And see if you can reach for your ankles, or maybe even the outer blades of your feet. Then you bring your soles of your feet up, your knees bend, and you're in that happy baby pose. For a deeper stretch, you take your feet wider. Close your eyes. You're long in the back of the neck, so if you ever find your chin's jutting up like so, then that means you just need a prop under your head so that you can slide your head back more. Just a cushion or a folded blanket. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and take the knees wide and come into Baddha Konasana. And then lay that Baddha Konasana all the way back to the earth, gently, mindfully. Palms face up, or you can again rest those fists under your padded hips, or maybe you need more of a prop. Maybe you need some cushions there. Closing down the eyes. Breathing that awareness back into the pelvis. Let's draw the knees back in towards each other. And step the left knee back into the chest, so you draw it in. And circle the foot a few times each way. And then we'll hold onto the left foot and cross it over for threading the needle. So you're crossing the left foot on the outside of your right leg. Opening through the left knee. This could be enough here. Or can you draw your legs in towards you and interlace around the right leg? It might be your shin, or most likely is your thigh. If you can't reach at all, then just use a belt or strap around this thigh, or keep your legs down. With the eyes closed, you can tune into the breath and allow yourself to draw in more deeply with the exhale, and back off slightly with the inhale. Keeping engaged through the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the foot down, uncross the leg, and let's see how each leg feels as we send them out straight on the mat. You might notice the left hip feels quite different to the right after that deep stretch. So more energy, more life force, more space, more blood supply. Now bending the knees, slide the left foot in and then take the right knee into the right shoulder, circle the foot a few times each way. And again, crossing the right foot over so it comes on the outside of the left thigh. Open out through the right knee, plant the lower back, draw your navel in and you lift the legs towards you. And as you exhale, you draw the legs in. You can again find your hands around the thigh or the shin. Engage through the balls of the feet and press out through the right inner thigh. Closing down the eyes. Breathing into it, backing off as the inhale comes in. Drawing in as you exhale. And we'll slowly release the left foot down. And uncross each leg and just extend out straight again. So you're opening through the feet, the hands come face up beside you. Eyes closed. We're ready to slow down the practice even more now. So you have the option to come straight into Shavasana from here. If you're feeling that this is the best for you, please do so. And remember that it's important to not cut short your Shavasana and always end with Shavasana. So if you finish the yoga practice a bit sooner than what I'm doing here, then just make sure you give yourself at least 5 minutes Shavasana before you start the day. So you can stay here or join me for another restorative pose by bending the knees, rolling onto one side and finding a bolster if you have one, or you might be able to use a long pillow from your bed, maybe two, and we'll sit up against the bolster and take the cushion to the top for our heads. And if you have a second cushion or rolled blanket or something, you can place that under your thighs. So this can be your Shavasana as well, so we'll come back, finding that perfect space and place to get comfortable. So you might find the bolsters too much in your lower back, in which case you can come further away and roll down so it's more on your upper back. So this creates a deeper stretch in the thoracic spine. So find the best place for you. Cushion is under the head for support if you need it. And then with the knees bent, you're taking your knees out wide and they rest on something. So if you haven't got a second bolster, find some extra cushions or something that you can just prop under your outer thighs so that you're not pulling on your inner thighs, so that you can fully relax. You might choose to cover your eyes now with something like an eye pillow or a scarf or a sock or something. And allow your arms to fully relax, the palms face up. And I'd like you to stay with my voice so that you can be guided through this visualization. Visualizing the deepest, most beautiful ruby and ruby red glow at the perineum, lower pelvis, base of the spine, sparkling. It's expanding, and you feel as if with your inhale it contracts in, and with the exhale this energy expands and grows. So you inhale, this orb of energy condenses, and then as you exhale it expands throughout the pelvis. Just like a pulsing action. As you inhale, this earthy red glow of light condenses, and then And as you exhale, it bursts this energy, expansion through the pelvic. The intention behind this breath, this energy is to clear any feelings of not feeling safe, of not feeling secure, and to activate this energy center so that you do feel safe and secure. Just continue with the technique, and as you find the orb of light continuing to expand, the expansion starts to spread throughout other body parts, through the lower abdomen, the hips, the lower back, down the thighs. The knees, the calves and the feet, so you feel completely relaxed through the lower body. Expanding earth energy spreads its healing, securing light through your spine, to each vertebrae into your heart. Visualize this red glow throughout your heart, throughout your ribs. Being safe to express your love. It spreads into the throat and the neck, softening through the shoulders. And all the way down the arms, you feel your forearms, your hands, your fingers, everything getting softer and more rested. Finally reaches your head and your face and your whole body from toes to crown is absorbed in this red, warm, energetic glow of safety. Softness in your face, your eyes and your tongue allows you to slip more and more deeper into your rest. It's like you're cocooned in this loving energy from Mother Earth as she wraps her arms around you. You feel completely at home, safe to let go and surrender. As you gently guide your awareness back into your body, just noticing your breath, noticing any sounds around you. Just notice if you need a longer Shavasana, so you're most welcome to continue in your Shavasana now, as long as you need to. If you're ready to come up, you can gently bend your knees. And roll onto one side and come off of your props if you're on them, or use any of them to come to a comfortable seat. So you may choose to just sit on a chair, or you can sit cross-legged, or have your legs in a diamond shape if that's better for you. As you find your seat, you slowly transition and give yourself permission to just stay with me for a couple more minutes. These precious moments of stillness and peace and quiet. The thumbs and the forefingers touching your chin mudra as you rest the hands face up on your thighs or knees. Taking a long Ujjayi breath in, that ocean sound in the constricted throat. And exhale long and slow. Again, inhale, awareness from root to heart. Holding at the heart. And exhale fully, navel draws in. And one more deep breath, hold at the heart. And lift your Muladhara Bandha, the pelvic floor squeezes. Release the bandha and the breath softly. And again, inhale. Hold breath and Muladhara Bandha. Feel the energy rise into the heart. And then exhale as you release. Inhale one more time now. Feel the breath completely in the lungs. As you root through the Muladhara Bandha, you hold your inner gaze at the spiritual eye now, and you can hold this squeeze of the pelvic floor for as long as you feel. When you've had enough, you let the breath go and the bandha go. And then a gentle squeeze again of the pelvic floor at the end of the exhale. Just a pulse and release. Then your fresh breath flows in. And the breath flows out. Breathing in and out softly now. Inner gaze rising. Allowing the kundalini that sits at the root, that Muladhara, allowing it to awaken, to rise up. Like a rush of energy rising up the spine, through chakras. Mentally affirming, so saying it inside your mind, not out loud. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Remember to never take the little things in life for granted.
this time to remember to hug with all your heart, to pause and appreciate holding someone's hand, and to live the moment and enjoy being surrounded by others. Bring the hands to the heart, bow the chin in gratitude. Gratitude for being able to still connect with each other and ourselves, with that divine life force that surrounds us and supports us. I offer gratitude to all of you for supporting my practice and coming on board with the online classes. I offer gratitude and respect to all the ancient teachings of yoga. May this practice continue to benefit you and your loved ones. Chant the word BAM, B-A-M, the chant, the sound, the mantra for the Muladhara, the root chakra. Rubbing the palms together. Inhale the hands out wide. The hands come back to the heart. Inhale together one last time. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So thank you again. Please give yourself that little bit of time before you transition on with your day. Perhaps you have time to sip some herbal tea now and just take in the world around you. I look forward to seeing you next time.